Can you see my screen?
Yes, we see.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Sorry. Let me say again from the beginning. Yeah. You already finished fourth week. Yeah. You have a time to submit your cross-check task. And for this week, you should check students' CV. All requirements described here. How to check, like how to understand which point you should add. And reminds that you passed res up test, where it describes that to get your score, you should check for students' assignments. It means like don't forget, just if you open res up, so you can see we have only around 25 active students, and you will get only CV from active students. That's don't worry that someone, like anyone else, can check your score. Well, I guess you didn't see what I did, like when I mentioned like about gratitude. So I've already sent budget for, let me send for her budget regarding REST activists. So you can do it like if she helped you to doing some issue, to solve some issue, or help to do some task. So you can send the budget and it will be useful and valued for her. Yeah, and we have a JS basic part 2 tests. It's the similar as you did previous week. Before you start, just have a look education materials. It won't be so difficult to pass this test because it's only like a basic. And yeah, we used only actual information from this website. If you're interested, you can start this book to read. So and also you have 2 models which you should have a look. Just firstly focus to reviewing cross-check. It will be available tomorrow. So and the JS basic part test, and then if you did it, you can switch to next 2 modules. It's first is Figma, and you will understand what exactly is. Use this playlist, or just can have a look some find some additional materials in browser, like what is exactly Figma is, and how you can work with this resource from front-end perspective. And also you have a DevTools material module were described like how work with um, how use dev tools, and like it will be useful just because I will add a task. As you can see, you don't have any task for week 6, but I will add it. It will be some markup, and it will be preparing for this task to understand how inspect element, how find it, and some add some styles like how debugging, etc. Well, that's all from my side. Just I saw someone already sent a message. Does anyone have a question for me regarding current week or maybe previous week? You can write in the chat. Anyone?
I have if for this cross-checking task, if we have comments for this task, we should write inside of this where is this comment part here. As
Regarding students' task, yeah, if you notice some issue, yeah,
in RS app, yeah, inside of RS.
yeah, you can find this person using RS app, like because all like GitHub and name described here, and so that's why I mentioned to fill your profile. Yeah, it's as you can see, it's my badges which I sent to her. So it's really it shows that this person did well, like her tasks, and help anyone else. So if you notice like some issue, you can find this person in the Discord channel because she already added ID, or write to her like using Telegram.
As a message, we should write our comments, or for example, we give our score, and if it's not a total score like 120, it's a little, for example, 100, and I want to make clear why I give 100. Should I write as a personal message or
Yeah.
inside this RS school as a comment, as a markdown?
If you notice that someone added less score as you expected, all of the score I will see in admin area. So what? So and if you notice that it's wrong, yeah, you can directly write me. So and I will try to fix it. So and we will discuss about this problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give only score, and that's all, without clarification why I give such kind of score. Yeah.
Yeah. Firstly, just try to solve it by students. If he said, for example, it works, and he decided to add, for example, not 120, like for example, 80, just write me, and so we will try to solve this problem and
Okay. I
investigate it.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. I just ask to correct or check one more time, and if he does, I give. Okay.
Yeah.
If not, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm available all time. So if I missed your message, like in this section, just you can directly write me. So I'm available all day. So anyone else? About the future stages, we will learn reactor. Before. So regarding frameworks. For right now, we decided to teach Angular, but before third stage, where you will learn framework, you have a second stage. You have a two technical screening, and that time something will be changed because, as you know, our work changed quickly, and so you should be up to date. And nowadays, demand only for Angular. That's why we learn we teach only like Angular right now. Maybe something changed, and we will learn, for example, Node.js. For that time, we just focused only Angular. Centered layout. Uh, so, as I understand, like for your question, responsible, it means like it should be adaptive for different view. For example, for let me open like that. Uh, as you can see, all the pages is adapted for different width, and it's not added like hard code. This means like this markup, like width of this container. Yeah, is use only like, as you can see, doesn't have any hard code like uh, width like with the pixels. It's adapted for all of the mobile or desktop view, and it will be changed, as you can see. Width changed. It's responsible layout.
I mean, to be like entirely responsive, like we need to add some other codes, uh, as far as I understood, because when we like minimize the browser width, yeah, it changes, but to be entirely responsive, it's another thing. I mean, I am totally beginner, so
Which task?
yeah.
Let me have a look. Requirements for this task. It's
I mean, I copied it from the cross-check criteria.
mm-hmm. One second. Let me open it. This one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's about container. If you wrap all your code inside of container and you can center your container, and it will be centered, I guess.
Yeah, for this one, just yeah, centralize your all markup. That's all. It's not, yeah, it's not for responsive view.
Okay.
If you noticed, like you can't use this criteria, you just can write me in direct and just we solve it. For example, it's not, if you noticed, like he used on like 2H one, so we will discuss with this person why he used it, like example, indirect. Because for example, if you didn't calculate this point, so the person will get 110 points, and it will be a question why. You can add comment like why you decided to add this point for him. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and one more thing regarding future stages. Please do it step by step, because I noticed like main focus is disappeared because firstly I provided a lot of tasks, and as you can see, uh, only 24 students did CV HTML CSS CV task. So because in the first task 78% did it. So that's why I guess because I shared a lot of tasks, maybe that's why we have only like a less person that we expected. So because that's why I said like do it step by step. If you see that's for this week you should do should pass all of these models, focus only for this one, because for next week I didn't add task. It can be changed, it like I guess I will add it at the end of this week, and you can have a look at, but don't miss the task which assigned for this week, which available this week. So anyone else? Any queries? So if, for example, if you notice that some test is not correct, you can write it in a question to admin section, because it's really useful for me, because it's the first run, and I need to know what is the worst and how we can improve for the future launch. For example, if I'm not mistaken, the list of person mentions that they had a problem with HTML basic test, yeah? So that's why if you notice, like write to me in direct, and it will be useful. One person had joined. Yeah.
I think only when there are many multi-selections, sometimes a little bit confused. It's when a lot of multi-section tasks.
Yeah, but it can be happen because, for example, if you ask about semantic text, we should add multiple answers for this one. And yeah, it's some confused task, and that's why we should rewrite it in a future launch.
I shared a picture with you. When I remove the uh, list marker,
Mm-hmm.
it still uses an indentation. Sorry. Should I give it like a negative margin? And how many characters is it? Because
Uh,
it's not entirely centered.
uh, you talk about your name should be centered. All of the container should be
All
centered.
listed ones should be centered. I mean, all of it's centered, but I think it uses list marker still.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about like right aligned. I mean, I think we should give a negative margin for that because I changed
It's
the
not.
list style to none.
Mm-hmm. It's not good to use a negative margin. You need to try to um use like you just need to center it and just have a look. I don't see any like specific requirements for this list. For example, skill did with like you just need to use this approach like inside of UL you should have Lee and or like inside of Lee you should have a tag. That's all.
Then I shouldn't use list style to none
Um, I
or
guess
none.
no, because like it isn't described here.
Okay, then we
Yeah,
will.
just because it's like a first task with HTML, it's as you can see, it's not uh, see well, like it's not a good view, but just you need to know how create a markup and how use a tag. Yeah,
Mhm.
just you need to know like inside of UL should be Lee, for example, and you can wrap like you can put inside of inline tag like block. So it means like it should be logical, and all of criteria described as a logical. Like for example, one H1, like you should have a logo,
Mhm.
like you should have a footer, etc. Like no specific requirements. Like you shouldn't have, for example, use display flags with just a simple markup. Like header, main, footer, navigation. It's logical. Should have a navigation only H1 because all of the like browser should find your page with using H1. It can be hidden, for example. That's why like you can do it, but it should be you should use all of the criteria which describe.
And for CSS styles, like
As
you
you can
can make
see,
simple ones like color, font
yeah,
size.
yeah. You can do it like what you want because as you can see, you don't have any like a criteria like requirements for CSS,
Okay, thank you.
like only like present CSS styles. That's all, as you can see. Yeah, it's a good point to comment why you decided to add this point for him. For example, why you didn't calculate 10 point for present CSS style, because it's easily to understand who is wrong, and we can do it our best to understand how write markup and how to solve like a conflict. And it's a part of soft skill which you should have, because in the future you will have will work, and you will have the same problem in code review, and it's a part of our work. So anyone else? So if not, we can close our call. Let me stop recording.